So,
Okay.
because I'm not sure if it's halata, but I'm introvert. I'm an introvert. And, I find it hard arguing with people
Mm-hmm.
online,
Mm-hmm.
even face to face.
Mm-hmm.
And I easily give up. But, when I teach, the students could not do anything. I can say anything I want. So I use that
Yeah.
as a platform to, spread veganism.
Nice.
Because veganism is so much aligned with yoga.
Yes.
Because of ahimsa, non-harming.
Yeah.
And all that.
Mm.
Yeah.
The spirituality of it
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Totally.
What about it?
I mean,
Because
because when you connect those two, like yoga, um, is a spiritual, physical thing, like
It's holistic.
practice that you do. It's holistic, and for me, the reason why I became vegan, another reason which a lot of people don't know, especially here in the Philippines, when I share with people, because I only became vegan last February, so a lot of people, when they meet me, they're like, Cassie, why are you vegan now? Yeah, they're like, you were fine already. You look fit already.
Yeah,
You're already
yes,
fit,
yes.
even when you were eating meat before. It's like unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
So why did you need to go vegan? I go, I didn't do it for health.
Mm-hmm.
I
too.
didn't do it for
Yeah.
all the other reasons. My primary reason was I did it for my spirit. So I'm vegan for spirituality. And then they're all like, what's that?
Yeah.
They're
That's
like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Diba,
there's
those
such a
are
thing.
those are the aspects of veganism
Yeah.
na hindi familiar yung mga tao eh.
Super. And then I would share to them because they asked. Tama yung sinabi ni Rodney.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi the student is ready. When the student is ready, the
The
teacher
teacher.
appears.
Okay.
So that's why me as a messenger, I don't like going around preaching to people, don't eat that, don't eat this, or you should be vegan or whatever. No, it's only when people ask me that I share it with them. That means they're ready to understand the deeper knowledge behind it and the wisdom that's passed down from it. So I went to Hawaii last January. Actually it was December 31. I flew there. New Year's Eve, I spent it there. Woke up the next day, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is Neverland. Like, sobrang ganda. And I could really feel, the island that I went to was Kauai.
Mm-hmm.
It's what they call the Garden Isle. Garden Island. Yeah. So it's all green, it's all fresh vegetation. It rains there the most. And it's just a special place. So I was doing a lot of meditation there. I was also doing yoga. And I was ready to unlearn a lot of things. Like I mentioned to you a while ago, I started listening to podcasts to master my subconscious.
Mm-hmm.
So it was opening me up already. And never in a million years did I ever think I'd ever be vegan. Because I'm like, yun.
But you knew veganism before. You knew
Of course I knew about veganism. I knew Nikki Torres and Mona Lisa, and I knew veganism just online or other people. My cousin was vegan. Or she's vegan for like such a long time, ever since she was like a teenager or something.
Okay.
But I never asked her, why are you vegan? It's just like, okay, she's vegan. That's it.
Okay.
Like, I guess because I wasn't ready.
Yes,
And I
yes.
didn't need to feel like I needed to go vegan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I didn't. Because I even attained being really fit and have abs and
Yes, and all.
yeah, and
Without
everything.
being
And like
vegan.
win championships and become
And
Miss
everything
Gold's
you do.
Gym.
Yeah.
Miss Gold's Gym Philippines, where it's
Wow.
not by not being vegan. But then, my spirit was sick. So my spirit, like, people bullied me before, you could say that,
Mhm.
and I held on to these grudges against them because I'm like, this guy did this to me. He's such an fool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
You can say that.
yeah, he's such an asshole. Like, woo, say my name, man. Like Aspiration, capital ASS. He's such an asshole.
Okay.
I was like, and I held on to that for so many years,
Mhm.
and it was just eating me up inside.
Mhm.
And then I came to a point just last year where I was already starting to forgive them, but then I could still feel inside me that there was just remnants that it still just wouldn't let it go,
Mm-hmm.
because I was like, I would plot revenge, but revenge meaning
like Telesaur style.
no, revenge meaning like success is the best revenge.
Okay.
That was
So-
my plot.
So you want to be successful for the wrong reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
parang in your
Okay,
face,
okay,
exactly.
yeah. If you want to be successful, you do it for yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I realized that I did get success, but then there was something like my YouTube channel. I really wanted it to succeed, but it wasn't getting the targeted like subscribers that I was thinking in my mind.
Yeah.
And then I go, why isn't the universe giving this to me? Like, and then I realized, I go, yes, 70% of why I'm doing my YouTube channel, like helping promote health and fitness, a lot of different sports on my vlogs,
Mhm.
just to share to people that it's not just basketball.
Oh yeah.
There's all these different sports you can join. They just need to know what it looks like.
Mhm.
So I do that. And then I came across that, and I'm just like, why isn't it succeeding? And then I realized the other 30% of why I'm doing this is to succeed as revenge towards them.
Mhm.
And then when I succeed and I get that 1 million views or 1 million subscribers, it's be a slap in their face and be like, I told you so I'd be famous. Like,
Okay.
whatever, like, you know everything about fitness. Like, I'm like this on YouTube. It probably would have ended up that way. And then I go, I know now. Like, God, I'll release it.
Mhm.
I want to forgive them. Please
Mhm.
help me forgive them. I don't want it anymore. I'll forgive them. Like,
Yeah.
help me. And it was so, like, I was just meditating every night in Hawaii and just, like, lying on the grass morning and evening. Yeah, I was, like, earthing on the grass and just, like, Mother Hawaii, Mother Earth, and just, like, the universe, take it away from me. Recycle the energy.
Mhm.
Because I
You're
don't
like
want it
Moana.
anymore. Yeah. That- funny story about that, Moana. And then, because I was in Hawaii, diba? And then it just started happening, like synchronicities.
Mhm.
I started coming across these teachers.
Mhm.
Nasaktong yung isa was my aunt's tenant
Tenant, okay.
that I didn't know she was actually a medium.
Oh.
And then when I first met her, she goes, "Oh my God, you're beautiful!" I'm like, "Oh, this is your daughter?" Because my mother, she flew from Chicago and she
Mhm.
met me there, so we met like cross
Mhm.
continent or whatever. Met in the middle of the Pacific. Tapos nagbakasyon kami doon. And then, alam mo naman, typical Filipino, I'm like, oh, she's probably just, saying that to be nice. Like, maybe, even if I am pretty, but yeah, it's just the usual tita thing to say. But she was Hawaiian. And I'm just like, so I just brushed it off, like, oh, thank you, the usual thing. Then, like, about 2 days later, like, she was outside in the porch,
Mhm.
chatting. I went out, and then we started talking. She goes, "Oh, I saw you doing yoga on the lawn the other night. I
Mhm.
just didn't want to bother you." I go, "Yeah." I go, "You know what the weirdest feeling is? I feel like the universe sent me to be here at this particular time to let go of my grudges."
Wow, okay.
And then she smiles and goes, "The soul does not hold on to grudges.
Mm-hmm.
What you are holding on to is pain.
Ah.
Because that's not in its nature to hold on to grudges
Mm-hmm.
for the soul." And I go, oh, I started getting it. I'm like, okay, that's what she tried to tell me. A few days later, because I was doing yoga in the free classes, parang sila may mga neighborhood centers sila. They offer free
Okay.
Zumba. And so I was like doing everything there because, fitness vlogging. At the same time, I wanted a free workout. So I met a yogi. He was one of the masters there. Was a Buddhist monk in India for 10 years. But white, American, blonde hair, blue eyes.
But it was a Buddhist.
Yeah, Buddhist monk.
For how long?
10 years, India. Because
And
he
then
had,
came back.
he
Okay.
came back out into the world. His story was he had a spiritual awakening, 19, got into a car accident, broke both his legs. And I'm like, no wonder. You just started living your life the way you felt like your spirit needed to be living it. And then I go, during his class, synchronicity again, he goes, before it ended, I was thinking of approaching him to ask him if we could do a yoga vlog collab. Yeah. And then when, the teacher talks about things after the class, he goes, "Oh, I'm making videos. If you ladies want to be part of it, please tell me." I go, "You know what? That's perfect. I was just about to ask you if we can do a yoga collab."
Mm-hmm.
So we set it up. maybe about a few days later, I told him, I don't want it to be in your studio. I want the yoga video to be in nature, at the waterfalls, because I want Hawaii to be a character in our video.
Oh, yeah.
So, tsaka, syempre, it's different in nature. Eh.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the waterfalls there, we do yoga poses, and then he took me to this place, Waialeale, which is the source energy of Kauai.
Mm-hmm.
It's where like the spring comes up and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So we got,
So it's like the tree in the Avatar movie.
medyo ganun yan. Pag kinonekta mo lahat. So we got up to the point as far as the car could go.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did yoga stuff there. And all of a sudden, because I know he was Buddhist, and we ate lunch at we ate lunch at a like a vegetarian place.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, he doesn't eat meat kasi nga he's Buddhist.
Oh, okay.
And when we were up there, all of a sudden I wondered, I go, he doesn't eat meat because of the primary reason for animal rights.
Mm-hmm.
I go, he doesn't eat meat because there's a spiritual reason behind it. So all of a sudden, parang it's like the universe just tapped me on the shoulder and was like, you should ask him,
Oh, okay.
why he doesn't eat meat. So I asked him, I go, Abi, I go, what's the spiritual reason why Buddhists, Hindus, or spiritual people in general,
some gen people.
how come they don't eat meat animals?
Mhm.
What's the reason behind it? And then he calmly just answers me like this. You understand that everything has life,
Mhm.
correct?
Mm-hmm.
You have a life, the animals have life, your dogs,
Mm-hmm.
the plants have life. But the difference is, if someone were to cut off your hand,
Mm-hmm.
you scream and feel pain.
Yeah.
If someone were to cut off, like, I take this grape off,
It's not screaming at you, or it's not
Yeah.
asking for help.
it doesn't feel the same pain as a pig would if someone were to cut off the pig's hand and it squeals and feels the same pain
Same thing as you
that
would.
you do.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I was imagining a pig, like we were up in the mountains, there was nothing around us. I'm like, just imagining it, I'm like, it hit my gut feel eh. I was like, yeah, that pig feels the same thing I do. Kasi, syempre, lumaki din akong probinsya. Pag fiesta, di ba?
Yeah.
You hear it squeal.
Yeah.
And they're just like, when are you
Especially
just
the
gonna kill
goats.
it? Yeah.
The goats are the
And it's just suffering. So it's feeling pain. And then he goes, that means the last thing it felt in its body before it died was
It's
pain.
pain.
Mhm.
That is pain energy.
Yes.
And it gets transferred to your spirit. And I go,
You carry it. Yeah.
I go, thank you.
Wow.
I finally understand now.
Mhm.
But honestly, it was like this.
So it's not like when the animal is getting killed. Oh, he's thankful.
Yeah,
It's
they're not
Yeah.
thankful. They're not thankful.
Oh, I'm
They're
gonna
being
feed a
killed.
bunch of these
Yes.
apes.
Yeah, yes.
Diba?
And it's worse when they're actually confined
Mhm.
and tortured and maltreated.
Yeah.
So that means that pain, patong-patong pa
Yes.
siya.
Yeah.
Oh my
Diba?
God.
So imagine just like a dairy cow. It's a female,
Mhm.
and then she gets raped.
Mhm.
She gets impregnated forcefully.
Yeah.
So it's either when they say it's like the organic one, so they
Let's clear that
fist
up.
her.
Let's clear that
They
up.
put their
Yeah,
own hand in.
yes.
Yeah, because
Or
you
they use a
syringe.
rape rack. That's a
Mm.
machine for the cow to get impregnated.
So, let's just clear that up. Kasi ang common notion ng regular people
Yeah.
is that the cows in
Yeah.
the farms they would hook each other.
Yeah, they would have
to
sex and
produce-
enjoy
to put-
into
yeah,
pleasurable
They have to produce
experience.
the
Yeah.
calves.
Yes.
Diba? But that's not what
That's
that's
not
not
the
what
case.
no, that's not the case at all.
Not at all.
Like you said, it's they're basically getting
They're-
raped.
Yeah, they're right.
That's,
So
that's,
whether
that's the only way to describe it.
Yes.
Diba? That's the right word.
so whether they're factory farmed or
Mm.
they're farmed, they're free range, they're basically raped.
Yeah.
So that this is actually what we're saying about feminists who
Mhm.
are, if you are a feminist,
So true.
Mhm.
Just like
You
the
should be
environment.
concerned. You should be concerned about the
Yeah.
dairy industry
Oh my gosh.
because
that's
it
so right.
is just like
Yeah.
just because human females,
Yeah.
you are being exploited, you are being abused, you are being maltreated.
Yeah.
That's still another
And-
female.
And that's
Yeah,
and
another
the worst of all, after you get the cow gets pregnant
Pregnant.
and delivers the baby, they snatch it
Yeah,
away.
They
You know what?
steal the
It's a-
baby.
and then
If the
the-
baby
So
is
messy.
not, a female, so
Mhm.
if it's a
A
male,
male.
it becomes a veal.
Mhm.
And if you're a female, then you become another
Another
Factory of milk. Yeah.
can you say it whore? Like
Yeah.
you're a human whore.
Bitch.
Like like you stay there and be a slave for the
Yeah.
humans
Yeah,
so that you get.
that's
you know.
exactly what it
And then
is.
you
Slaves.
suffer, and then that's the kind of suffering
Yeah, that's the kind
that,
of
that
pain.
you carry when you
That's
consume milk, and then when the female cow has to die,
Mhm.
she carries all that pain energy with her, and then you consume her.
Yeah.
So that's pretty simple.
Well,
Yeah. That's why I was like, I don't want it anymore. No wonder I was holding on to those grudges.
well, whether you believe that spiritual aspect
Mhm.
or not, the fact that these cruelties happen is for me that's enough. Eh?
Yeah.
Diba?
The
For me,
ethical
whether,
aspect.
whether you believe
The pain energy is transferring. You can see
you can debate that.
Yes.
If you're a critic,
Yes.
you can criticize that.
Yes,
or
yes,
be
yes.
a
With your own
skeptic,
eyes.
diba?
Yeah.
Pero it's a fact. Eh. It's well documented. You can search it up. You can look it up in YouTube, anywhere in Facebook. It's been shared many times.
Yes.
And
You can, guys, if you haven't watched Earthlings, you should watch
yeah,
Earthlings. And they show it there how the
Yeah.
reality, the truth behind the dairy industry, the pet industry, the entertainment industry that uses animals.
well, that's
For
another thing,
entertainment.
diba?
Some dogs are skinned alive.
Oh my
It's
It's
where do we
unthinkable.
get this kind of disconnection from
Yeah.
sentient beings? It's really, I can't talk too much about it because I get emotional when I
Oh.
remember all the stuff. But yeah, that's basically what happens. So if you're not vegan yet, you just watch Earthlings, and then see for yourself.
Hmm.